Polidicks. That's the name of the game.
Polidicks?
Yeah, Polidicks.
Seems to be, eh? Seems to be, with everything that's happening. So many allegations and so much happening. Wow.
And so many articles, so much commentary about the whole thing. So,
what are we talking about? We're talking about all the sexual assault, abuse, harassment allegations that have been coming out of Hollywood and other, I guess mainly Hollywood, really.
Well, it's starting to happen. Some Uber guy got it. Some Amazon Prime guy got it. The Fox, Bill O'Reilly from Fox News, like he got it a while ago, but it's coming back up. The previous examples of Bill Cosby and John Gilmish, who was a Canadian guy who kind of got off scot-free because of it. But, it's one of those things of, the whole attack right now is against men, and men are pretty much on the defensive. And, it
almost makes you, me as a male, feel like bad for almost being a male.
And that's kind of what a lot of feminists kind of want. They want men to feel bad because they're men. And it's like, well, I'm not this.
I'm not them. I'm not Harvey Weinstein or Kevin Spacey or Bill Cosby or...
No, and then you get into the hashtags, it's like, not all men, and it's like, and then you feel silly when you say something like that, because it's like, well, not all men. Well, obviously not all men, but it is...
It's not obvious, obviously.
Well, yeah. It's not a surprise what's happening in Hollywood right now. People are, like, acting shocked.
I know. You don't think people in power use their power to get what they want?
Yeah, the casting couch may be a joke,
but it's real.
Across as a joke.
Yeah,
but it's based off of something real. It's like stereotypes, you know, bad Chinese drivers. Well, because it's based off of actual observations. The casting couch is something that's been around in Hollywood since its inception.
Here we go, porn getting it right again.
Oh yeah, and the porn has just been pretty open and obvious.
They're ahead of the curve.
Yes, they are.
Apparently.
So, and all these stories about Hollywood come out, and it's like, well, were you really surprised? I'm not.
No, not at all.
Shocked?
Not at all.
No. And it's like, people say, it's like, oh, isn't this a surprise? It's like, not really. Specific examples, we'll talk about Kevin Spacey and, him going after younger men. I am a little surprised by that, actually, and I can be shocked about it, but am I surprised that this happens? Nah, not in the slightest. But should I, as a man...
Should I have to apologize for
other men?
No. Not at all. Not at all.
I have to apologize for my behavior.
Yeah. Have I done things that have crossed the line in my younger years? Probably, yes. And I'm sorry for that. I don't know what constitutes of that. Like, you know what I mean? Grabbing an ass. Like, is that sexual assault? I guess it could be.
Well, it is being claimed as sexual assault. Like, President Bush Sr., he's being accused of grabbing ass. Yeah. From 4 different actresses, and they're saying, oh, that's sexual assault. It's like, not really.
Well, I guess it is. But then I've been sexually assaulted, too. I've had people grab my ass.
Yeah, I know.
But I just...
But it's one of those things of, if it's... Okay, nowadays, it's a lot easier for women to come forward, and considering what's happening, women are going to come forward now more often, so you're going to should see an increase in sexual assault. But it's one of those things of, if you're having a picture with somebody and they grab your ass, you tell them right then and there, don't do that.
And I just think as a man, I would never, if I was like at a photo op with an actress, I would never think of that opportunity to grab her ass. I would never in my life think that's the appropriate time to do that, ever. And for any man to think that, and to just be, to me, like, it's asinine. Is like, And for any man who's like an actor or in a position of power, we're using Hollywood as an example to sit there and think that it's okay to, oh, I'm famous, I can grab your ass. Like, you're an idiot if you do that. That's absolutely silly.
Now, hold on. This is where part of me delves. If, for example, you're getting a photo, a female is getting a photo op with a good-looking actor that she has a crush on and stuff like that, and he reaches around and tucks his hand under her ass, is she going to call sexual assault? No.
Probably not, no.
Right? So, but just say, for example, a person like Harvey Weinstein, a famous director. I had no idea who he was until this whole thing exploded. If you want a female gets a photo with him because she likes what he's done and he grabs her ass, is she going to say no? Probably. Why? Because he's not the best looking man in the world.
Maybe.
Right? There's a little bit of a standard there.
I think it's hard to judge too. Like when is it appropriate to grab ass? Say, you know what I mean? Like when is it appropriate if
well, and this is where some of these articles that
it's such a gray line of sexual.
Some of these lines it is subjective. I think in some cases grabbing ass is an appropriate way, not necessarily. It's an appropriate way of saying hi, because I've seen men come up and go whack or grab and go.
I'm the type of person, if somebody did something to me that I felt uncomfortable with, I'd be like, don't do that.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're.
As soon as it happens, you say something about it, and if they do it again, then it's harassment.
Yeah,
but if they do it once and never do it again, it was probably an opportunity. And then using power behind opportunity, like Kevin Spacey apparently is doing, or Harvey Weinstein. It's like, oh, I can make or break you. All you have to do is give me a massage.
I just hate the fact that these people who are coming out now have established careers, and they've already made their money off of these situations. And but at the time, why didn't they say at the time?
Because their careers would have been dead in the water.
That's the thing, and that's where I kind of go, well, you want other people to kill their careers, but you weren't willing to kill yours. So
wow.
I asked the question this. Hold on, sorry. I asked the question of this. If you're in a position, and somebody comes on to you, so I'm in a position and somebody comes on to me, and I know that it'll advance my career. It's not something I necessarily want to do, but I know that in the back of my mind, if I do this,
I'm set.
I'm good. So you do it.
Yeah.
And then years later, you go, well, I was sexually assaulted, and it's like, I kind of wonder, is that the situation you're talking about, or did they do something to you that you didn't want, and you said no, and they kept going? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, it's one of those things of, did you prostitute yourself, or were you actually harassed?
Oh, here we are, victim blaming again.
No, and
here we are.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to victim blame, but there is a certain sense of responsibility. In some of these cases, they're talking about saying no, and running away.
Then that's what it. Yeah. Sexual assault, rape, done. No
right
questions about it. Yeah,
that's how it should have been. I'm not saying that isn't, but if for those people who have gone to his room and says, "Oh, give me a massage," and they go, "Okay, give him a massage."
Yeah,
and then he starts masturbating, and it's just like, if you stand there and go, "Do I want a career that badly?" Yes.
To me, yeah, exactly. That exactly. As soon as you sit there, if you don't go, and to me. Obviously, it's because I'm a man. That's what people will say. I would just be like, I would be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's
like there's nothing in that would in this world that I would sell my soul or sell myself for. I'd like to think that, anyways. But I think it's different for a man, and if a hot executive woman comes onto a man. The man's just going to be like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
And I think a woman, I have no problem with a woman doing the same thing. If a man comes onto you and you want to advance your career with your body and you do it, I have no problem with that. I'm not going to slut shame you. I'm not going to tell you prostitute yourself. I'm going to be like, you use what you had to get ahead. And that's fine. But don't come out years later and be like, I was sexually assaulted by this person. That's the only thing that but if you were and it was that's it.
Yeah. No. Rape is rape. That's what it is. If you say no, if there was a no involved in any of those situations, then it's harassment, it's assault, it's rape, it's things like this shouldn't happen. And I'm kind of glad that Hollywood's being shaken down, but whether or not something happens because of it, unfortunately, only time will tell.
It'll be
I'm really, because, okay, you have a director like Woody Allen, right? You know, he's a gigantic creep. You know, but he's celebrated, he's hosted, he's loved in Hollywood. He's given Oscars for crappy movies, at least as far as I'm concerned. So it's telling. You know, there's this double standard that, you know, if you're good at something, we don't care what you do behind closed doors. So, I don't know.
It's such a weird topic to talk about. It's such a weird thing because it's like, you don't want to, you have to believe people when they, you know, talk about sexual assault and rape and stuff like that. You have to. And it's unfortunate that there's been so many cases of people accusing people and then taking their word back, and it's like, so you sit there and you wonder, you go, well, why, what are these people talking about? Like, what's the situation? What's the, you know, like, I don't know. It's so hard to, such a weird.
Yeah, and you, when you start defending certain positions, you automatically people assume, oh, you're victim blaming.
Yeah, this is how you view it. It's like, no, I'm just asking questions. I just want clarification on the situation.
As horrible as this sounds, like Woody Allen said, it's like, oh, I don't want to see a witch hunt happen in Hollywood, and I have to grudgingly agree, because it's like, okay, in some cases, yes, people did bad things and they should be prosecuted. But in some cases, you know, President Bush grabbing ass, you know, he made a bad joke in every single situation, and then apparently he grabbed ass. And it's just like, you know, you tolerate it for the 3 or 4 seconds that you're taking a picture. He walks away, you say, hey, look, the president grabbed my ass, what a dick. But yeah,
I know. I know.
I feel the shaming coming in my direction.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. For saying that, yeah, absolutely. Just tolerate it. It's like, well, you're telling people to tolerate rape.
No, we didn't say anything about rape. He grabbed your ass for a photo. Yeah. If he was walking up and grabbing random asses, because he said a joke. This is the joke. Who's my favorite magician? David Copperfield. And then he took the photo.
Field.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know,
I know, it's so hard
sorry,
to even...
If I was taking a photo with a president and he made a joke, oh, who's your favorite magician? David Copperfield, and he grabbed my ass, I would be like, what?
Yeah, I'd be like, what'd you just do? I'd be like, huh?
I'd be like, okay, the president grabbed my ass.
And then I'd be like, wow, he's kind of a regular dude.
I would be done with it. You know, it would be a story to tell my friends. Now, mind you, if he walked up, if it wasn't a photo op and he grabbed my ass, I'd have to look at him and go, no.
I'd be like, don't do that again.
And then he'd grab my ass again and be like,
punch him in the mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what I don't care if you're the president or not. I'd literally, if I see,
I'd be in a lot of trouble. But
I'd be in a lot of trouble. If you grabbed my ass and I said, don't do that, and you did it again, I'd be like,
boof. I don't know. Maybe that's, again, not victim blaming, but maybe that's something women needs to do, is just don't.
And I just don't understand why you wouldn't say something right away. Like, I understand that you're worried about your career, but is your career really worth the torment of living years with this torment on you? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like to me, sexual assault is very bad, and if I was sexually assaulted, it would torment me, and I would never be able to be like sexual. I would never be able to be in intimate relationships. It would be hard for me to, if it was, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering where this line is of, you know, like, oh, come out and say something. So you're telling somebody who was in your situation back then, who's been sexually assaulted, to come out, but you didn't, because you were scared of your career. Do you understand that these people are in the same situation? They want to get a career. They want to have a living. They want to earn a living. They want to make money. So to me, it just it's weird.
Mm.
Maybe I'm completely out to lunch here, and I'm just fucking a misogynist asshole dick male.
It's a tough situation because, I guess we see the power. We don't see the power dynamics is that we hold power over women, and it's like, well, all a woman has to do is suggest that a man did something bad to her, and he's ruined.
Oh, completely.
You know, Kevin Spacey is never gonna recover.
And you know what
Harvey
happens?
Weinstein is never gonna recover.
And you know what happens?
I'm glad.
Well, absolutely. If they
is
did
what
these
needs to
bad
happen.
things, yeah. But you know what happens? What happens if Kevin's like the person who's been accused is found out later that none of it happened? Now what happened is that person, we'll use Kevin Spacey, right?
Yep.
He probably did it. He probably some weird creep who touched people.
Yep.
Who knows? There are allegations. Now his whole show, House of Cards, has been canceled.
Yeah. He's done.
It's not just him who just lost his living. It's everyone around him now.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens in a year or so that they found out these are all false allegations? What happens then? Mm-hmm. Who gets the, you know what I mean? Obviously, I would probably, if I was on that House of Cards, I'd be like, I'm suing your ass. You're gonna give me, like, you just ruined my life. You probably could. It's the U.S. You can sue for anything.
Yeah. And that's,
you know?
In some cases, that's what will happen. And it's really, really tough because you don't want to come across as being pro-rape, which we aren't.
No.
But you also want to make sure that these people are treated fairly.
Yes.
Because the court of public opinion
They've already made them guilty. They're already...
And with more and more people coming out, more and more guilt it's probably pretty... Yeah, he's guilty, right?
We're not defending
and these people. I'm glad their careers are destroyed. This is what needs to happen, and I'm hoping that women become stronger because of what's going on, to feel that they can come out and believed, and these people will be found guilty and punished accordingly. And this needs to happen. I get it, but don't expect men to be overly excited about being thrown out with bathwater.
Like not every man is.
And again, it's the hashtag. Not every man. It's like, we get it. Just don't come up to me and say you're a rapist. It's like,
you're responsible. It's like, well, no, I'm not.
I am not responsible for.
I'm not responsible for their rape. Like, I'm not responsible that this person did something inappropriate.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with Harvey Weinstein.
It is. It's a very it's a very interesting topic, and it's hard to talk about because it as is a lot of other things. You know, when you walk the line and ask certain questions, you're, like you said, you're automatically lumped into that. You're victim blaming. You're pro rape, and it's like, well, no, I'm just asking a question because I just want clarity.
Yeah.
I just want some.
I need to know certain answers so I can go.
Because you can't just throw a blanket over every sexual assault case. Each case is different. Each case is individual.
Each case has to go to trial, and that's why each case has to be judged upon the merits of its own case, not just a blanket thing. You know, as I said, Kevin Spacey, he's done. Harvey Weinstein, he's done. Mm-hmm. I'm glad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of these other people that are being accused, some of them might actually need to go to trial.
And I just wonder, like, sometimes something got Corey Feldman coming out now saying he was.
He's been saying that for years.
And it's kind of like, well, are you just trying to hop on?
No. He's actually said it for years.
Okay.
Oh yeah. But now
I just hope that people don't come out and be like, oh, I don't like you, so I'm going to blame you for this. You know what I mean? I just hope that it doesn't become a new fad.
Yes.
And I want to ruin you, so I'm going to accuse you of something sexual assault, and then that's going to ruin you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't want that to happen.
And we actually had an example of that in Ontario. The leader of the PC party in Ontario was accused of some sort of sexual misconduct, and the lady, not 5 days ago, actually recanted and said no.
Yeah, but he's ruined already, right? He can't.
He might walk away, but it's unfortunately a lot more nuanced than just that. So.
Yeah, it's so tough. It's such a great. To me, it's a good talking point. Like it's a topic that gets you thinking and makes you.
Yeah, and it is something that needs to be discussed. And maybe what we'll do is we'll continue another aspect of this conversation another day. But till then, you can subscribe and listen to us yak away, and maybe you need to yak away too. You can leave comments below and things like that.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah. Later. See ya.
You didn't really touch on the article.